So, how debilitating is your workaholism?
No, it's bad. It's actually bad. Work is my drug.
Have you ever seen anyone suck their own dick?
Like when I was, in the worst part of it, when you can't shit at all, I'm like digging in my asshole for like rocks of shit to go, like actually like going up and like pulling them out, like making a hook of my finger, like it's some like stuffed toy machine.
I met the most handsome devil in Central Park who gave me 2 hits of MDA. He introduced me to gurus and speedballs and Studio 54. Then he made me an offer I couldn't refuse. Smuggle a Hashline suitcase from India for $10,000.
But there was a period, and it's happened to me like several times throughout my life, sometimes with greater frequency than others, that in the middle of the night, I have sex.
And you don't know it.
I don't know it. The person that I'm sleeping next to does know it. And I've always told people, since the first time this happened.
Hello and welcome to Dopey, the podcast on drugs, addiction, and dumb shit. And my name is Dave. And welcome to Joe's Pub, everybody. What's up, Larry? I know everybody. Hey, what's going on? I don't want to freak anybody out, but has anybody seen Margaret Cho? Because I don't know where she is, but I think she'll make it. I think she'll make it. Nobody needs to worry about anything, especially me. But it's very exciting to think that our stupid little podcast could be at a fancy place like this. So I want everybody to give a hand for themselves. And Dopey Nation is in the front row. And Joel Harrison. Isn't he nice? And Amy Hopler-Mitchell and Edward Alcacer, the gang's all here. Larry from the meeting. It's amazing. And before we say anything else, let's just think, because Chris couldn't make it. And I started this podcast with my friend Chris 9.5 years ago, and it was just supposed to be a stupid podcast about addiction and recovery, but really just about addiction, really just about stupid stories. And we had a lot of fun, and Chris overdosed and died, and I just need to say that because I don't know if he would have done this. I don't know if he would have done this, but I think he would have loved that we were doing it. So let's have one big hand for Chris because he couldn't make it. It's brighter than I expected. I'm used to seeing who's in the audience, but it's all right. I can live with it. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I'm shell-shocked up here. Oh, I know what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to welcome the one and only downtown Ray Brown to sing his new hit, Dopey Love. Let's hear it for Ray. Brian.
This is a dulcimer. This is a song I wrote last week in Florida. Sitting in a Walmart parking lot, reading the Tallahassee Democrat. I just bought some Benadryl. I can't sleep, old timers chill. And as I drive around, it all comes back. I was a teenage alcoholiac. Oh, the memories are everywhere. I passed out on that golf course there. And there's my high school, Ponce de Leon. The drinking age was still 18. The first time I walked into a liquor store, young David Mannheim was 4. And over there's the mushroom fields. I used to ride my bike out there and get drugs for free. But I could never wait to make the tea. I would just trip out in the fields with the cows and me. Yeah, now that guy seems like someone else. It's been 45 years, I can't relate. Please don't remind me of my actions. My parents almost named me Jackson Brown. At 16 I dropped out of school. Oh, I wish I had done that a little sooner. This song doesn't have any chorus, it's all verse. Then I moved up here and things got worse. Things got worse and then things got better. Oh, it was bad, now it's all mad cheddar. I'm doing a show with Margaret Cho in a pub named Joe. Hey, oh, Dopey, let's go.
Fucking Ray. Ray, that was really, really good. It's funny because we were setting this thing up and I imagined it would be like The Muppet Show featuring Margaret Cho, where Margaret Cho would be in every bit of the show. And I was like, Margaret, would you like to do stand-up or music? And she's like, no, I'd rather not do either. And I was like, okay. And then I looked at Instagram and I saw Chloe LeBranch was in town, and I said, do you want to tell some jokes? And she said, yes. So let's hear it for Dopey legend, Chloe LeBranch.
Hey, how is everybody? Yeah, good to see everyone. I got this sweatshirt out of a donation bin at a rehab in Jacksonville. Anyone here been to rehab in Jacksonville? Yeah, don't go. Don't go. How many people are sober? Is this a sober crowd? Yeah? What do you miss the most about drinking? Yeah? Well, it's driving for me. I gotta say, that was a good one, right? That was fun. Yeah, I'm an alcoholic. I am. I've been to rehab 10 times. As anyone, if a lot of people are sure have been to rehab. If you have never been to rehab, it's a lot like high school, right? So you got the cool kids in rehab. Those are your drug addicts. That's like the football team, and like Hunter Biden would be the quarterback. That's what you got. And then the losers in rehab, those are alcoholics, and I'm an alcoholic. So when I went to rehab, loser. Right? I showed up day one. I went to sit with the cool kids in the cafeteria. It was like Mean Girls. The drug addicts. I was like, they're like, you can't sit with us. You can sit over there with the Chardonnay housewives. I was like, I'll show them next fall. So I spent the whole summer smoking crack. I came back and I was like, who's a loser now? They're like, still you. We do fentanyl. No, they didn't make it back. Yeah, who's a loser now? I'm kidding. They died cool doing drugs. It's the cool kids do. I didn't think I'd be too dark for this show, but, you know, can't win them all. Rehab's so stupid, right? They always have you do yoga in recovery because they think it's going to make you more zen and relaxed, right? There's nothing relaxing about doing yoga with a crackhead. That's for sure, right? Those are the least chill people ever meet. Because crackheads, they don't take direction very well, right? Because everybody knows crackheads have amazing ideas. You know, we're in yoga and the instructor's like, downward dog. A crackhead's like, fuck the dog, what if we chased a dragon? The heroin addicts, they're good at yoga. They're pretty good because the instructor's like, Shavasana, and they're like, we love a nap. The last rehab I was in, they had a talent show. No winner. Everyone there was a pretty big loser at the time. So the show, they were light on tickets, I'll say it like that. And so they were bringing people in to fill the audience that were straight from the detox, just to fill some seats. And as you know, those people were fucked up still, right? They're sitting them in the audience for the talent show. These guys, they think they're at like the Eras tour. They have no idea what's going on. They're like, this is sick, right? You know, it's like if Taylor Swift collabed with fentanyl, that's like what would have been happening there. This one guy is in the back and he's like, everyone's like, whoa, that guy's a really good dancer. Someone's like, he's having a seizure. Right? It's a different version of Shake It Off. Okay, I'll get more relatable. This one time I took a bottle of sleeping pills. Yeah, it was because I had a question for Heath Ledger. Everyone's like, why not Matthew Perry? I was like, I already had a ketamine dealer. Sorry, Dave. My doctor was like, you can't just do that, Chloe. You can't just take bottles of sleeping pills. You have to go to the psych ward. I was like, why? Is he there? He wasn't there, but in the psych ward they had a common room, and in the common room they had a Nintendo Wii, and that's where your tax dollars are going, just so everybody knows. And there was this one guy in there, and we called him Suicidal James, and Suicidal James would play the Dance Dance Revolution like all day in the common room. I don't know if you guys ever seen someone like extremely suicidal dance. Not very good. Right? Every song was a slow song. He used to ask me every day, be like, will you play me? Will you play me? So one day I looked over at homeless Chris, and I was like, I'll play this guy. But I swear to God, if he beats me, I'm going to kill myself. And Suicidal James is like, you say it like it's easy. There's this other girl in there, and we used to call her Murder Katie. And when she came in, she was like, I thought that she would have been like, she thought that she was like cool. She was like this cute, like pretty blonde girl from the South. And when I met her, she was like, I was like, oh my God, a friend. The type of friend, like she was like cool enough that like I would do her coke, but I wouldn't give her mine. You know, like that vibe. Like she wore J. Crew, but like thrifted. You know what I mean? Like she wasn't like fucking killing it. And I asked her, she goes, why are you here? And I was like, I had a question for Heath Ledger. And I go, why are you here? And she goes, I tried to join ISIS. I swear, she couldn't get in. What an idiot, right? She was so upset she couldn't get into ISIS. She would, like, talk about it to everyone. She'd be like, y'all don't understand. I was in a sorority. I was in Kappa Kappa Gamma. I was homecoming queen. This is bullshit. Why won't they let me in ISIS? She was like, when daddy hears, heads will roll. I was like, Katie. I don't do ISIS intake, but... Should have led with the heads falling off thing. Those are my two best friends in the psych ward when I was there. It was me, Suicidal James, and Murder Katie squad. And we did everything together, the three of us. But I felt like a little bit of a cock block when I hung out with the two of them, you know, because they had such good chemistry. Murder, suicide. Like I walked in one day and Murder Katie was staring at Suicidal James and she's like, I'd love to kill you. And Suicidal James was like, I'd love to die. And I was like, I swing both ways. They let us play basketball in the psych ward when you got off suicide watch, which was like a pretty big deal. And we're playing basketball, but you know, they take away our shoelaces, so it's a pretty bad game. Right. We're picking teams, and I'm like, I'll play, but I don't want to be on a team with any of the really suicidal people. Right? They're not very coordinated if they're in here, not up there. Right? I don't know much about sports, but I do know that LeBron James would never miss a shot, let alone a major artery. I'd say I would do like happier stuff. This is all I have. I don't know if Dave's supposed to... Dave, are you lighting me or I just keep going?
I'm here. You sound very funny. What was the LeBron James joke again?
No, I just don't know. Am I supposed to keep going? You said a certain amount of minutes, but usually someone lights you, but I don't know if it's just like...
Oh, there's supposed to be a light cue. We're not fancy like that. Give me one more before, and then we'll be done.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, I like this one.
Okay.
So I have a boyfriend, and I know I read lesbian, but it's a boy. And he's like really hot. He's an actor, and he just got cast in a TV show actually. Nice. Except for his character is going to be doing sex scenes. So I'm really jealous. Would you be jealous? Yeah, I'm freaking out right now. I mean, granted, he is playing a rapist, but I'm still pretty upset. You know, I'm like, you're going to be sexualized other women on screen. He's like, Chloe, my character is raping them. I'm like, well, you've never raped me. Right? I don't know much about dating, but pick your battles, ladies. He sleeps hot. I don't know, you guys ever slept next to someone like way too hot? It's annoying, right? He sleeps like his REM cycle is a nightclub I'll never get into. You know? Like I bump into him when he's asleep and he's like, you're a 7, get online. I want to date somebody else right now. I want to date a war veteran. Yeah, that's right. I want to date a guy with like some real PTSD, a guy with some trauma. Yeah, talk about a fun guy to sleep next to. Right? You bump into that guy while he's asleep and he just starts choking you. Right? And then I could come right away.
Chloe LeBranch, everybody. Thank you. I love Chloe. Thank you. Come on. No, you were great. First of all, Margaret Cho made it. Thank God. Let's hear it for Margaret Cho real quick. Second, let's hear it for Chloe LeBranch again real quick. Thirdly, raise your hand if you've actually been on the show. I see Brian Healy is here. And if you're an old-time Dopey listener, you will know Brian. Can I say it? Crackhead lawyer, Brian. Let's hear it for Brian. I've been trying to get him back on the show for fucking ever. And Beverly's here. Okay, if you're an alcoholic, raise your hand. All right, no, it's anonymous. Keep it down. Is anybody here that actually listens to the show? Raise your hand if you actually listen to the show. Look at Larry. He's fucking honest. He doesn't listen to the show. Let's shame Larry for a second. Larry! Larry is the guy in the meeting. At the end of the meeting, Larry, what do you say? Keep coming! Fucking annoying, Larry. I love Larry. I'm so glad you're here. Devin is here. Devin, say hello. And his lovely wife, Rachel. You guys, Devin, come on, give her Devin. And my beautiful partner, Linda. Let's hear it for Linda, who finally made it. Welcome. And we're going to play the game show. So who's ready to play the Stashword? Is everybody ready to play the Stashword? I don't have this really cued in. Somebody texted me, Dawn, from the meeting. She got here, and she wanted me to know that she was here. And the way that she wanted me to know, she said, "Oh, you really dressed up for tonight, Dave." Come on, Dawn. Why do you shame me while at my own event, during the event? That's rough. That's like heckling text. All right, so we're going to have Carl Radke from Summer House. Come on up, Carl. The illustrious Abby Fickley. And where's Brace Belden? TrueAnon's Brace Belden. I can't see anything. I'm like fucking blind. All right, we're going to play the game in a much different way this time. We're not going to play, Carl. Everyone give it up for Carl. Give it
Hi,
Carl
guys. Thank you. Thanks, Dave.
We're going to play the game in a different way. Abby.
Hi, Carl. Good to see you.
Abby assured me she wouldn't be late. And Abby, what time did you get here?
7 on the dot.
That's not on time. That's late. Early. And Brace Belden, welcome.
I fought hard to get here, Dave.
All right. So the game show is going to be played differently. The game is called Stashword. The point of the game is there will be words projected up there, and we will pair our celebrity guests with members in the audience. So who wants to play the Stashword? Oh my God, this was a terrible idea. Eric, come on up. Who's you going to be with Eric?
Yeah, absolutely, yes.
Brace, how are you?
I'm all right.
How's you doing?
I'm doing fine.
We have a doctor in the house, and you know what we're going to be talking about during the panel?
What?
Sexomnia.
Excellent.
Sexomnia is the
Excellent.
topic. So the way the game is going to be played, okay, we have a blindfold. Who is going to guess and who is going to give? You want to guess the word or give the word?
I'll guess the word, yeah.
You guys sit down and let's see how they do it. Okay. So you're going to guess, you're going to give? Yes. All right.
Is that a yarmulke?
It's not a yarmulke. People complained last time. Oh, I'm not going to be able to fucking open this. It's a sad cockring.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. This is such a horrible moment.
This is, you face the crowd and do this.
Here, come here. At DopeyCon, we had a blindfold. And we didn't use the blindfold right, and everyone was upset about the blindfold. So Aaron got these masks. So let's hear it for Aaron Carr real quick. You're gonna give, and you're gonna give.
I feel like I can just close my eyes.
I know, but I like the blindfold. I like the eyes wide shut.
And I'm not facing the screen to begin with?
Just stop it, Brace. Let's play the game. Here, you take this.
Okay.
Let's cue up
Where are we
the
queuing?
words.
Okay. Okay.
You have
okay.
1 minute.
The guy at the meeting who always wants to know the newcomer female and wants to do the steps with her.
Brace.
Okay.
I don't. Is there a name for that guy?
After you've done the 12-step, you're the guy.
The 13th step.
There you go. Okay, this is what happens to Brace Belden in his sleep.
Sexomnia.
Okay. Yep. Great. You've done way too much horse tranquilizer, and these
30
things are
seconds
happening
remain.
all over your skin.
What happens all over my skin?
These things are happening all over your skin. They're gross. They're full of pus, and your skin starts
From
becoming
ketamine?
necrotic. And horse tranquilizer,
Isn't that
xylazine.
ketamine? I don't
Okay,
know.
pass,
Oh, you
pass.
get put, you die.
15 seconds.
Okay, it's the psychedelic thing popularized by Captain Trips and Ken Kesey.
Acid.
There you go.
What? Give me another one.
5 seconds.
All right, famous author who wrote a lot about heroin.
Time's up.
That'd be William Burroughs.
I'll give it to you. That's 5.
Well done.
All right, that was pretty good.
That was pretty good. You guys are in trouble.
I'm screwed.
Who wants to go first, Abby or Carl?
Ladies first.
All right.
Wow. Abby
I'll
didn't-
go if you want me to. But.
Abby,
all right, I'll go.
how was your DopeyCon Stashword performance?
Terrible.
Excellent. Do you want to pick someone in the audience to pair with?
Does anybody want to volunteer? I don't want to force anyone.
We have a volunteer.
Come on down. Yes. Girl power.
You got this, Abby.
Thank you.
Yeah, go sit down. Make yourself comfortable. Hi.
Hello.
What's your name?
I'm Paige.
Did you send in an email recently?
Probably.
Excellent. Here. Hold on, where's the blind?
We meet again.
Hi.
Hello.
See, you're killing it.
Yeah, thank you.
Who's guessing, who's giving?
Can I give?
Yes.
So you're going to guess.
Yes.
All right, cool.
It can't be things I don't know, Dave, because
It's going to be things you don't know because you're
Okay.
young.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
It's going to be
That's
things
not
we
fair. I'm
both don't know.
disadvantaged.
Are you an alcoholic?
It's never a disadvantage.
Is she an alcoholic?
Is she an alcoholic?
Yeah.
I'm all other things.
Okay, perfect.
I like it all. If it's free, it's for me.
All right, let's cue up the minute and the stash word.
You have 1 minute.
Oh, married to, what's his name? Cobain. And she has that great song. Oh, God, what is it? It's, okay. Yes. Oh, God, what's that song? I can't remember.
Oh, make me over.
She was married to Kurt Cobain.
I am, but can we
and
pass?
Her last name. Okay, skip. Oh, what you have to do with an
30 seconds
ex-partner
remain.
who, sometimes sucks and sometimes it's great, and you have a kid, and then you have to do this thing together.
Co-parent.
There you go. Skip.
That was
Or
ironic.
next.
Okay.
Oh, when you smoke weed, but you say that you're
California
15
sober.
seconds.
There you go. No idea.
Pass. Go.
No idea. Oh, okay.
5 seconds.
Oh, all I can think about is that I got engaged there.
Time is up. Time is up.
That was not your fault, Abby. Paige, you were terrible. Go
Thanks,
sit
Gary.
down. You should be ashamed of yourself. Why did you volunteer to do that? That's not your fault. Sit down. You got 2.
Thanks,
You
Gary.
might
Great
be
job, Abby.
Carl. Abby, that's not your
Thank you.
fault.
Thank you.
Carl,
Did you
come on
win?
up.
I was
All
going to
right.
cry
Last
myself
time.
to sleep, so I appreciate it. No, I lost terribly last time, too.
She lost
we
last time,
also
too.
lose last time?
You lost, too, also. Yeah, they
I
both
didn't do it
lost
last
last
time.
time.
Yeah,
This is my first time.
This is Carl's first time.
So,
This
wish
is
me luck.
Carl's first time playing the stash word. Let's hear it
Yes.
for Carl.
Thank you, guys.
You got
Now-
this, Carl.
All right, who wants to help? Any volunteers?
Who's that? Come on up.
I
You
see
in the
someone back there on the left.
You go. Pick him.
You want to come on up? Yeah, let's do it.
Now, based on Paige's horrible stash word performance, I think you should give.
Paige, you did great. We did great.
What's your name?
Meg.
Do I know you?
I don't think so.
Welcome.
You had DopeyCon, but
Do you,
memorable.
do you listen to the show?
Yeah.
Nice. Let's hear it for Meg.
Yeah, Meg.
Meg, come here. Are you a drug addict or an alcoholic or both?
Alcoholic. Mostly alcoholic.
Do you feel confident to play the stash word?
I felt better giving than,
You want to give?
but I can do either.
Yeah, let's keep it. I give it, and I'll wear the blindfold. Thank you, Dave.
But I'm gonna skip whatever.
Don't mess up my hair.
Yeah, skip. Yeah. Time is of the essence.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Okay, this is like when people are sober curious, they're in the blank space, and maybe they drink a lot of juices, do yoga.
Wellness space.
There you go. Vodka from Texas. It's all the rage.
Tito's.
Yep.
Ding, ding, ding.
Oh, this is what you do in your 9th step. I I don't know if you're a 12-stepper. Should I skip? When you say sorry, it's another...
Make amends.
There you
Ding,
go.
ding, 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 ding.
This is ACA, so maybe your parents were of the type where they drank too much. I don't know if I can say the last word.
30 seconds remain.
So you had parents who were...
Baby boomers?
No, let's skip it. Let's skip it. Okay, this is when you're addicted to like intimate settings where you're naked with somebody else.
15 seconds.
I feel like
Sex
you're not
addict?
12. Yep, and then if you go to a anonymous program for that, it's called...
5 seconds.
Skip, I'm not sure.
Okay, that's okay. Skip it. Reuben. It's Reuben, I'm pretty sure. It's like a meat.
It's
it goes
not
on
a
the
Reuben.
I'm sorry.
Time is
Some
up.
type of meat.
Time is up.
Pastrami.
All right, you beat Abby,
That
though.
was good. That was good.
Not hard to do.
You did pretty good. All right, so let's hear it
Thanks,
for you
Meg.
guys. Go sit down. Go sit
Thank you,
down.
Dave.
Let's hear it for them. Brace
thank
is
you.
in the lead. This is going to be, I'm holding a lot of microphones. All right. Thank you. Thank you. We needed, what? Listen, I'm the host of the fucking show. Brace is in the lead. He got William Burroughs at the buzzer. It was rattling around the... Okay, who thinks Brace should get credit for William Burroughs? We don't need a tie. We don't need a tiebreaker. Erin watches Summer House, and she's pulling for Carl Radke. But Brace won. The ball was rattling around the hoop. He'll kill himself if he loses. I don't remember what we're doing next. This is great. Are we having Margaret up now? This is amazing. Let's hear it for the one and only Margaret Cho. Thank you, Margaret. Good to see you.
Thank you, thank you.
How are you, Margaret
Hi,
Cho?
I'm great. I'm great. This is great. It's going very well.
You think it's going well?
I think it's going very well.
But you would never say if it wasn't going well.
Well,
No.
I mean, if it wasn't going well, I would offer some critique, and I would say this is how you can improve it.
Okay, let's start there. How can
Okay.
we improve this, Margaret Cho?
I don't think. Well, I think that you should have. I think that you should have let Brace just win.
Let
outright.
Brace win.
I was very interested in meeting Brace. This is what I wanted to do this, and I'm so glad that you asked Brace because I wanted to tell you the one thing that stood out to me in one of his episodes where he was talking about being an opiate addict and that he took as many shits as he nutted.
That was a classic line.
That was so deep for me because I was like, dude, and I heard that and I'm like, is this in the 48 Laws of Power? Like, it's so fucking genius to me. Like, that's like, and that's also menopause. That's straight up menopause. I shit as much as I nut.
I don't remember my own opiate withdrawal. I remember nutting probably more than I was shitting at the time.
Yeah, I mean, that's the weird thing about opiates is that you kind of have this idea that it's a sexy drug. I think because most heroin addicts are people that sort of historically did it. In my mind, in my eye, they were like sexy looking people. There's a beauty to the mythology of opiate addiction that's very sexy to me. So being an active opiate addiction is so depressing because you just don't want it, can't get it.
I didn't have sex for 9 years.
Yeah.
Let's hear it for celibacy on heroin for 9 years.
But you also don't notice it.
No, I didn't care. I just ate and watched TV.
Yeah, there's like no desire to actually like want to do anything physically sexual at all.
No, I mean, it was a rough time. I want to thank you, though, before we say another word. The fact that you wanted this to happen. The only reason we're here is because Margaret wanted us to be here.
Yay!
Isn't that fucking incredible?
It's fucking incredible.
Why did you want us to be here?
Well, so this is the end. Well, I have one more show or two more shows here, but this is the end of my year-long residency as a Vanguard. So I curated a bunch of shows here, and so this is the only heterosexual show.
This is one of the gayest episodes of Dopey we're ever gonna do, though.
Yeah.
I've stacked the lineup.
Yeah, which is good.
Yes.
But in general, like I think of this as a very heteronormative space in Dopey.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is the only hetero show. So this only one when we have cis heterosexual men.
Right.
And that's a big deal. So this is great. And I wanted to, you know, I have missed all of the DopeyCons, and I've missed the California one couldn't happen because of the fires. So I've missed it, and I wanted to see it. So finally, we got to do it together.
It's incredible
Yeah.
that, I mean, Margaret came on the show years ago on the phone, and I remember at the end of it, I was like, she did not like that. I remember I did the talk, and I was like, oh my God, she did not like that. And then I think a year later, Rivka Reyes, who was in School of Rock, told me that Margaret listens to the show.
Yeah.
And then me and Margaret became friends. She was in our fucking Time documentary thing.
Yeah.
I went to her house.
Yeah.
Amazing. I mean, and it's like I'm humbled by the whole thing, and I feel a little bit bad for you. I feel like you've descended and I've risen at the same time.
I've enjoyed the show so much, and I enjoy all the mythology. I was excited to meet Brace, and I want to meet Aaron Carr.
And Ray Brown.
Ray Brown
killed it with this song, right?
I love it. I love it. I'm so excited. So, you know, to me, it's like it's all of the characters from my stories coming to life in front of me.
That's beautiful. I love that. Let's hear it one more time. Let's hear it. That makes me feel good. Because it makes me feel like Dopey means something.
It means so much to people. You know who I think it means a lot to is people who are still actively using but have a glimmer of a desire to maybe see what it might be like to stop. And that's a beautiful thing to like have out there. People who have been there and who aren't actually even coming from a 12-step space or like a wellness space, who are like, we're fucking filthy drug addicts and we lived it, but we survived and are past it. So if I had heard this in active addiction, I think it would have given me a lot of comfort.
Yeah, I remember when Chris was alive, we heard about people actually scoring while like listening to the show. Like they would go buy drugs and listen to Dopey at the same time, which I thought was amazing. Now, how many years do you have now?
I'll have 9 years in May, but I don't fast forward, so it's 8 and 3, 4, 8 and 5, 8 and 9, 8.
8 and a bit.
8 and a bit. So yeah.
So what are you doing? Like, how is it hard? Are you in this?
No.
What's your deal? What are you doing to keep it?
A lot of things. I mean, I do everything I can. You know, I'm big into like service, and to me, this actually counts as service.
It does.
Too. You know, and listening counts as service.
It totally does.
I'm active in all of my communities. I'm very, I talk to people every day. I have a meditation practice. I have a writing practice. I mean, I do the thing because I want to be sober, but I also want to be happy. But I also don't want to be a weird asshole. Like, you know, sometimes people that do this for a long time, they just become like a weird asshole and they carry their water in like a net bag and they're like so angry about stuff and like really rigid about like, you know, not wanting to glamorize the past or look back on it. I look back, not fondly, but I look back like, oh, this is so funny.
We survived a bunch of crazy shit. And a lot of it is funny. A lot of it is funny. Shitting and nutting and all that stuff. There's always a good story. For me, when we started the show, the worst shit was the funniest shit because Chris and I could relate.
Yeah.
And I know that when you listen to the show, you can relate. And you laugh at the worst shit every time.
I really laugh. I love when people try to put Suboxone in their eye. I love when anybody boofs anything. Like, to me, that's like the spirit of it all. I love a shit story, like actual feces story.
We had a big run of shit stories for a second there.
Yeah, it's always so hilarious when there's some kind of shit accident or like shit like, or when you can't shit. Like when I was, you know, in the worst part of it, when you can't shit at all, I'm like digging in my asshole for like rocks of shit to come, like actually like going up and like pulling them out, like making a hook of my finger, like it's a stuffed toy machine. I'm like really trying to dig around to get shit, and then I would collect them on my shower drain. Like, and it would just be, and there would be these small, and it was like I was throwing the I Ching or something because it was just these grayish cylindrical balls that I had methodically pulled out of my asshole. It's so weird how it totally just slows down all of your digestion.
Yeah, I don't remember ever. I never pulled shit out of my asshole. And I think that's a yet. And I want to say thank God that I've made it.
Yeah.
I've always been blessed with certain regularity, even in my deepest constipation.
That's good.
It is, but I think it's because I eat a lot. I think when I was on heroin, I ate almost more than I eat now. I would eat an Entenmann's cake for breakfast, an Entenmann's cake for lunch, and then a healthy dinner.
I would eat a lot, like, if I was dope sick. That's when I would actually eat. I would get, like, what Billie Holiday called the chucks, when you're, like, about to be dope sick, but you're trying to stave it off, and so you get, like, just so hungry and you just want to eat everything.
I couldn't eat when I was sick. I couldn't do anything when I was sick. I would smoke cigarettes. I would smoke weed. But when I got heroin, I would buy food. I would turn on the TV, and I was one of the few heroin addicts that really liked eating high on heroin.
Yeah.
I feel like very good about it. I feel very proud about this distinction that I have.
I mean, you know, there's a healthy way to do it.
What do you think about the game show? The game show component to Dopey Love?
I like it because it's so cute to see all of these guests from the show, all of their episodes that I enjoyed so much, and to see them interacting with each other and with people and with you.
You and me are going one-on-one.
Oh, we're going to do it?
We're going one-on-one.
I think we'll do well.
I've always wanted to play the game.
I love it.
I want to beat you in the game.
Okay. You just might.
My favorite thing, and this is funny, because Margaret came to my dad's house to record the show, and she just wooed my father. And it was just such a beautiful... I wish my dad could have been here.
He's not here? Alan's not here?
He's in Florida.
Oh, good.
It's where all
good
the Jews... Any Jew that's not here tonight is in Florida.
Yeah, good.
But I want to thank you for having us.
Thank you. I'm so honored to be here. I'm so glad that you did it.
Dude, this is what we're doing. This is our talk. Is there anything you want to say before we're done with our talk?
No, I'm excited to just see everybody and experience this with everybody.
Are you going to hang out with the dopes when we're done for a little bit?
Yes.
Sick. And we're going to go one-on-one in the game. First, if I know the run of show in my head, which I don't really. Louis Mandropilius, did you listen to Louis' episode? He was the heroin smuggler, Studio 54.
Yeah.
He gays up the hetero-cis night a little bit.
Amazing.
Which is exciting.
Yeah.
He's going to tell a story, and then you and me are going one-on-one.
Perfect.
And then it's the panel. So let's hear it for Margaret Cho.
Thank you.
Thank you. I love you. Cool. There he is, the one and only. Who heard Louis' episode? Louis' episode in the Pantheon Dopey is top 5. He flew in from fucking California to tell a story. The book is called High on Arrival, right?
No, Flew Too High.
Flew Too High, High on Arrival. There's somebody's book is called High on Arrival. Flew Too High. Whose book is High on Arrival? Oh, Mackenzie Phillips' book is High on Arrival. I apologize to Mackenzie Phillips. And that's Melanie. She was the first Dopey intern. Let's hear it for Melanie. All right, tell your story, Louis. I'm glad you're here.
Hi, everybody. My name is Louis Mandropilius. Whew. And 41 years ago, I put down the needle and the bottle. But before that happened, I flew too high. In 1978, I was a 21-year-old Southern gay college boy visiting New York City for the first time. The Big Apple. I met the most handsome devil in Central Park who gave me 2 hits of MDA. He introduced me to gurus and speedballs and Studio 54. Then he made me an offer I couldn't refuse. Smuggle a hash-lined suitcase from India for $10,000. My addiction kicked into overdrive. I would do anything to maintain this new life. After a 14-hour flight, my Bombay connection whisked me off to the transvestite-filled slums where we laid on our sides and passed a long pipe. Picasso once said, "Aside from the wheel, opium is man's only discovery." A fucking opium den. The next day, my boyfriend called me from New York to say the deal was off. He says you're too green. Well, what am I supposed to do now? Go see my guru. So I got on a train and headed for the ashram of Bhagwan Sri Rajneesh, known to most people today as Osho. I took part in dynamic meditation and intensive enlightenment classes. I shit and showered with hundreds of other seekers. And at the age of 21, I finally slept with a woman who looked exactly like Sofia Vergara. I was gay, I wasn't blind. I sat with Bhagwan, his index finger opening my third eye. You will go by the name Elias. Elias means God in Hebrew. You are God. Repeat this mantra. Man Bhagavan Hun. Man Bhagavan Hun, I said. You are God. You have much more power than you recognize. Determined to make a deal, I left the ashram and tracked down my Bombay contact on the magical beaches of Goa, where every old hippie went to die. I have no idea how I found him. Remember, Bhagwan said I had more power than I recognized? After a little song and dance, I convinced him to front me 7 ounces of pure, uncut heroin, worth $100,000 back home. But how does a gay boy package and smuggle heroin, you ask? It fit perfectly in a condom, non-lubricated, of course, that I wrapped with black electrical tape to make sure I didn't overdose before sucking it up my ass. I became a human suitcase. My new name, Louis Vuitton. On the flight home, I was so scared, I was nervous, I needed something to take the edge off. I took the package out, peeled the tape back, snorted the tiniest speck, and repeated my mantra, Man Bhagavan Hun. Inserting the package back up, we landed at JFK. The customs agent looked me up and down, stamped my passport, and waved me through. I thought that was too easy. Then 4 DEA agents surrounded me. You mind coming with us? I chanted internally, Man Bhagavan Hun. I am God. Whew. In the interrogation room, a portrait of President Jimmy Carter smiled down at me. Going through my suitcase, finding nothing, I thought I was in the clear. Roll up your sleeves. They looked for track marks, but I hadn't been shooting up. Take off your shoes, your socks. They looked between my toes. I didn't know you could shoot up there. Strip down to your underwear. Man Bhagavan Hun. Raise your hands above your head. Man Bhagavan Hun. The customs agent dug around my crotch, squeezed my dick, patted my ass. Bend over. Shit. Man Bhagavan Hun. Digging deeper up and down my crack. He was getting too close. Man Bhagavan Hun. Man Bhagavan Hun. He hit my ballsack too hard. Ow! His gloves came off. He's clean. Slowly, carefully, I pulled up my pants. I buttoned my shirt. I closed my suitcase. Walking out of JFK with a $100,000 heroin dildo up my ass. I wanted to scream. I did it! I fucking did it! I am God! All my dreams were about to come true, right? Wrong. That's when the real nightmare began. If you want to know what happened next, read the book.
So let's hear it for Louis and his story. It's like a moth piece. It's the most heroin-y moth piece ever. And I think it worked well with the crane and the shit in the ass. It's a good segue. I feel very excited that we're all here. And you know who's here? An old-time dope is Colin. I went to Mountainside with Chris and Colin was on the show probably 4 times. Let's hear it for Colin. Does anyone remember Colin? And then I also should say that Mountainside kicked in on this thing and are sponsoring the event. So let's hear it for Mountainside. I can't see anybody. I'm assuming this is the Mountainside table. And where's Tuan? I saw Tuan was here. Let's hear it for spiritual guru Tuan. And where's Nzinga? Nzinga's husband is here, and he's flanked by 2 other women. Where's Dr. Nzinga Harrison? How did you wind up there and not with your lovely husband? Oh, I don't see anybody. It's fortuitous. But Dr. Nzinga Harrison is the reason why Dopey Love is Dopey Love. Because I texted Dr. Nzinga Harrison. I always wanted her to come to DopeyCon. She can never come. We set this up, and I texted her, do you want to come do our Dopey live show? And she said, yeah. And I was like, cool. And then like a month went by, and she texted me, so when are we going to do Dopey Love? And I was like, what the fuck is Dopey Love? And she goes, you texted me, you want to do Dopey Love, but it was a mistext from Dopey Live to Dopey Love. So that's where we came the name Dopey Love. So let's hear it for Dr. Nzinga Harrison. I thought that story is very important, but for some reason not as important as I thought it was going to be. All right, we're going to play the game, me versus Margaret Cho. Margaret, come back up. Let's hear it for Margaret one more time. We should have just kept her up. I'm terrible. I'm a terrible show planner, but you know, we're doing all right. Thank you, Margaret. Here, you take this.
Okay.
You have to pick your partner.
Okay, does anybody want to play?
Who wants to be Margaret Cho's partner for the Stashword? Oh, that's Burr Sober. Let's hear it for Burr Sober. Is that Burr Sober or Sober? You see his shirt, it says bipolar and has a polar bear on it.
I love it.
What's your real name? Peter. What's happening?
Hi, Peter, Margaret. Nice to meet you.
You gonna give or you gonna get?
I'll give it to you.
Do I sit down?
No, you stand.
Stand up?
Okay.
Here. Well, let's put the. There. You go.
I should wear one of these in rehab.
Why? Why did you wear the mask in rehab?
So I could go to sleep.
Oh, yeah.
You know the lights are always
It's
on
so
the rehab
bright.
over there.
It's so bright.
I went St. Christopher's Inn.
Oh, it's here for St. Christopher's.
Yeah.
All right, you guys ready to play the Stashword?
Yes. Let's go.
You have 1 minute.
He shot that woman in Rust, and she died. You know that he's an actor, and he shot that woman. He has.
Oh, Alec Baldwin?
Yep. It's a state where there's a lot of alligators and heroin.
Florida.
Chris would say, not goodbye, but what do we say for Chris? Goodbye. Or
Adios.
no, pass.
See you later, alligator.
What do
Pass,
we
pass,
shoot
pass.
up? What do we shoot up with when there's nothing?
Needle. Oh.
30 seconds.
Nothing but water in the bath. No water in the bathroom.
Toilet water.
Okay, it's a place where you get a drink, where you stand at the.
A bar?
When you put something up your asshole, but you.
Poof.
But it's a sex toy up your asshole.
Anal plug.
But it's like. Yeah, okay. So when you inject a part of the white stuff, the white, like, when you inject a fiber.
Time's up.
What? Time's up, okay. Pretty good.
All right.
Sober never listened to Dopey. I'm shocked. Thank you, Peter. Good to meet you, man. I know. All right, now. Yeah, keep it. What the heck? What the heck? For sleeping. All right, who's gonna be who's gonna volunteer to be my partner in the Stashword? Nobody's gonna volunteer. Dawn Hayden, come on down. I can't. Let's hear it for Dawn. Dawn is a fucking serious dope. She flew in. She comes to the Zooms. She's listened since the old days. Dawn Hayden, everybody. I'm gonna give, and you're gonna get, because I wrote some of the words. So. Yeah.
I'll take my glasses off.
That's smart.
I'll cover up my bug eye.
All right, Dawn, take it easy. Don't forget the audience, Dawn. Come on. Now, Dawn, how do you think this thing is going?
I think it's wonderful. I mean, look at all the beautiful people.
Thank you, Dawn. All right, you guys ready? I've always wanted to play the Stashword. All right, give us the minute. You ready? Wait, hold on. Here, take this, Dawn. Take this.
Okay.
Here, the mic.
Oh, where is it?
It's right there.
Okay.
Nice.
All right.
Here we go.
Okay.
You have 1 minute.
1 minute.
All right, she's saying, I don't want to go to rehab.
Amy Winehouse.
Yes. Lil Wayne drank it with cough syrup and a bunch of other shit. When you are slumping over...
Grape, I don't know.
It rhymes with mean. It rhymes with green. It's a cut of meat that doesn't have fat. Fucking Dawn.
Fuck me, I don't know.
Oh, pass. I'm going to lose the stash word.
I
All
know
right,
you are.
it's not a big dose. It's a little dose of LSD or mushrooms. What's it called?
microdose.
That's right.
30 seconds.
Before you go to rehab to get all the shit out of you, you go to a short...
You go to detox.
Yes. When you take a lot of ketamine and you fall into a...
a hole, a K-hole.
That's right.
15 seconds.
He's the artist formerly known as Puff
Prince.
Daddy.
Oh, Puff Daddy. Oh, as Prince. Shit. Puff Daddy was.
What's his name now?
5 seconds.
Pass. Fucking hell. It's a therapeutic tool where they cover your eyes. Pass.
Time's up.
Fucking shit. Dawn, you ruined my fucking Stashword. Come here. I love you. You did good, Dawn. Take the glasses. All right, let's hear it for Dawn Hayden, everybody. Which means, you think it was good, Margaret? Good. I'm glad Margaret thought it was good. Thank you. Go, Dawn. Go back to your seat. You cost me my stash word dreams. But it leads to a big finale between Margaret Cho and Brace Belden. We're not doing that yet, though. Now we're doing the big panel. I would like to invite up Brace Belden, Dr. Nzinga Harrison, Ask Aaron Carr, and who's the last person on the panel? Who am I forgetting? Devin? No, you're not on the panel. Who am I forgetting? I mean, that's everybody. Brace, Nzinga Harrison, Margaret, that's everybody. Come on up. Margaret, you stay here. You see, I'm very, very prepared. I want you wherever you want to be. Am I forgetting somebody on the panel? Oh, Brace. No, we're good. So, first of all, I want to welcome, let's hear it for Dr. Nzinga Harrison from Eleanor Health. They're making a movie about her. It's very exciting. She came over this morning with the documentary crew. I just want to say to the audience, if somebody asks if they can bring a documentary crew to your house, always say no. They don't leave. They fucking hang out. They want to shoot more and more. And Dr. Harrison's like, can you guys get out of here? And I was like, please, but I love it. Where's here it for Sam? Sam and Brinton, the documentarians. Before we get into the panel, I have nothing for the panel prepared, just so we're all clear. Before we get into the panel, I want to say, where's Allison Clayman? Allison Clayman is a famous, important documentarian who's going to be telling the Dopey story. So let's hear it for Allison Clayman. All right, enough with Allison. We're doing the panel. Does everybody have a mic? Yeah. Ask Aaron Carr is not only an unlicensed advice columnist, she also wrote a novel called Strung Out. A memoir called Strung Out. I apologize. She also used to be a horseback rider, and she decants all of her liquids in her fridge. Now, Erin runs a Substack where she gives advice to people. So Erin has got a letter from one of her people, and she's going to read it, and we're going to give advice.
Right. I'm going to do the more serious one first.
Great.
Okay. So the subject line is loving an addict. I've been trying to help my ex, who is an addict, for a few years now. When our relationship started, he had an addiction, and I had no clue. I helped him get sober, and he stayed clean for a while, but eventually he started letting people from his past into his life and relapsed. I ended up having to take him to rehab, where he called someone to pick him up the same day. 2 years later, I'm still stuck in this cycle where he comes to me wanting to get sober and have this life back, only to go right back to the drugs and the people who come with it. He knows I will not tolerate it, so he disappears for weeks, sometimes months, and does whatever he wants until he comes back wanting to get clean again. I'm at the point where I'm ready to stop being there for him. The girl he is with when he is in his state of wanting to be high, they get high together, has contacted me wanting me to help him, and his family keeps asking me to help him. I want to understand why he keeps coming to me when he wants to be sober. He has told me recently during his last attempt at getting clean that he has to, quote unquote, stay stuck up under me. I've never done drugs, so I don't understand why I am so significant to him being clean. Please help.
Wow, that's a rough email. I want to start with the illustrious Dr. Nzinga Harrison. What do you do, Dr. Harrison? If you were to be an advice columnist, what advice would you give for this person? As opposed to being a doctor.
As opposed to being a doctor, if I were a love advice columnist. I would actually...
That's Dawn's husband. Let's hear it for Dawn's husband.
I'll be here all week. Thank you. As I was listening to this, my question was, what support does she have for herself? So she's in this cycle, and she's keeping herself in this cycle. And so I would say, while she wrote this letter about her person, I would like her to write this letter about herself and start looking at herself. Yes? Okay.
Now, Brace, did that person
go first.
Brace, did that person remind you at all of you when you were using?
My advice to all women is this. And in fact, probably to everybody, but I can only speak as the other person in that story. You gotta just cut off. You can't. I mean, that's the thing. It's like when you're first of all, this guy's out there with another chick having a blast. You know, they're not. I know. But he's like hanging out with this other chick. He's fucking smoking crack with her. He's doing probably crazy shit sexually. And then he probably like feels all fucked up, and he's like, fuck, like that other lady I dated, like, you know, she never did drugs. She's like, got her shit together. Like, if I just am near her, I can kind of get some of that from her, which is kind of how I treated people. Because you're kind of like a leech or like some kind of fucked up bug in that situation. And the people that I found it easiest to leech off of were women that I had been previously or were currently romantically involved with. So this lady's just got to be like, you know what? That the advice that you gave was correct, but really, at the end of the day, this guy's a bum and he's going to take everything from your house.
Let's hear it for Brace real quick.
That's right. Yeah.
Feels like the Maury Povich show up here.
She can't. I mean, she's just aiding him in his addiction. She's just extending it, prolonging it. She's still giving him a safe harbor to go and listen to, you know, the fantasy. He has a fantasy about being clean. It's not a real thing. It's not a plan. It's just a fantasy that he can play out with her and kind of cosplay sanity, cosplay sobriety, but it's just a way for him to tell himself that he's doing the right thing because he knows she's not going to fight him when he doesn't actually do it. So, you know, she needs to, if she really does care for him, she needs to get away so that he can really be desperate. I mean, what needs to push him into needing to get sober is desperation. Sometimes it's the only thing that can really save you is desperation, which is uncomfortable and unfortunate. But sometimes that's what we need. It's really hard.
No, I mean, Erin, what would you say? Because you always have good stuff to say about this.
I mean, the one thing that I will say is that as much as I think she definitely needs to set boundaries, I think that there is a difference between boundaries and tough love, right? Tough love is a concept that came about in the early 80s, right? And I actually don't agree with it. I think that you can be there for somebody with very clear boundaries. And I say that because I'm somebody who, after going to rehab for the first time, like constantly relapsed for 5 years, took dirty cakes, kept lying to everybody successfully for a while. And it wasn't the last time that my last attempt, but my worst relapse when I was smoking crack and I was just so out of control, I called an ex-boyfriend because I didn't know who else to call. Now, I hadn't done this to him repeatedly. However, I had asked him for money before, I definitely tapped that resource more than once. And I also think that like most of my relationships when I was using were dependent on my partner's codependency. So there is that. But I think that you can have boundaries with people and you can offer them, you can make a phone call for them, you can offer an ear, but you don't have to do the work for them. So what I just reached 22 years of recovery, and thank you, which is crazy. I did not ever anticipate that I would live this long and be this old, so it's wild. But I think that setting a boundary, or many boundaries with someone like that, but keeping that line of communication there in a boundaried way is good because you just never know who that call is going to come from. And then on the flip side of that, like a year and a half later, that ex-boyfriend called me when he was in a bad place. He had relapsed after he'd been sober for a while. And after he called me and I let him come to my house and helped him, he stayed sober and he's got like 24 years. So I think that, not tough love, but boundaries and definitely taking care of yourself. And I will say that like, that's what, the beauty of being in recovery for a long time is that you really get to learn tools that maybe you wouldn't if you hadn't been in recovery.
Totally. I was in a relationship like that, and I was out there forever, and I could use with impunity, and everything was paid for. I didn't work for years, and I just used and was in a relationship like that. And I wasn't going to get sober until I got out of the relationship. And I don't give, the advice is leave him be and maybe he can get his shit together. It's just, it's crazy though, like those kind of codependent situations. It's wild. What's your other question?
Okay, so should we do like the three sentence answer, or do you want to do another serious one?
Let's hold off for a second. I want Brace Belden to explain to Dr. Nzinga Harrison about sexomnia.
What?
She's a doctor. She could help you.
I'm listening.
Have you heard of sexomnia?
I have heard of sexomnia.
It sounds fake.
Dr. Harrison,
and
is
I
it
don't
real?
do this. My girlfriend's here.
Let's hear it for Brace Belden's girlfriend.
But
Dave's just putting all your business on the
it's humiliating me.
You did it on the show. Come on, it's
Yeah, I told you before we recorded. Just one question back. Okay, so what happens? What happens is I sleepwalk. I've sleepwalked for off and on for a long time.
Yeah.
Mostly I eat in the middle of the night, although that's also tapered off. But there was a period, and it's happened to me like several times throughout my life, although sometimes with greater frequency than others, that in the middle of the night, I have sex.
And you don't know it.
I don't know it. The person that I'm sleeping next to does know it. And I've always told people, since the first time this happened, I've always been like, she's going to shoot me.
Hold on, have you witnessed
the Pantera guy who got shot in the head on stage?
Has this happened? Okay. And when you talk about eating at night, it's not a midnight snack. You wake up and the food is gone.
I wake up and there's nut residue all over. No. There's like from pecans and shit on the counter.
Also nut residue
Also,
for sexomnia. Yes.
But anyways, I will have sex occasionally, on occasion, to completion with no memory of it happening. And I'm uninhibited. I'm crazy. And I'm very inhibited in my waking life. Why do I do this?
It's a complex sleep disorder, complex sleep behavior. It's not uncommon. If you took Ambien, you would probably have more sexomnia because Ambien drives complex sleep behaviors.
He takes trazodone, right?
No, this is nothing to do. I take trazodone occasionally, but this is not
trazodone.
You can have it not related to drugs. I have sleep behaviors also, not sexomnia.
What do you do?
My husband is here.
What does she
right
do?
here,
Does she have sexomnia, Joel Harrison?
She talks, doesn't she?
If I have sexomnia, he will never tell this on this stage. I jump up out of my sleep and I say, I figured it out. And then I argue with him.
Are you serious?
In unintelligible words. No, it's not a language. And he's like, you're asleep. And the more he says I'm asleep, the more I argue that I'm not asleep. And then I don't remember any of it until the next morning when he's like, this whole thing happened. And then it can kind of come back to me. So like if she says, you sexted me up at sleep last night, can it kind of come back to you?
Kind of, yeah.
It's just a complex sleep disorder. When you're under stress, it's going to be more.
He's very stressed out.
When you're not sleeping well, it's going to be more. When you do drugs in the withdrawal cycle, it'll be more than in the intoxication cycle. So it's literally just like sleepwalking. It's just a complex sleep behavior. You're not as weird as you think, and as long as she's cool with the midnight boom boom and you don't know about it,
Could you have a lingering like sleep disorder if you had like done drugs for a long time
Yeah,
to
for
sleep?
sure, for
So
sure,
then
for sure.
after that, like for me, like I did drugs for a long time to sleep. So I don't think I have any sleep disorders, but if I did, like that, would that come out later?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
definitely. And the big driver really is stress. Like if you look at how much stress you have during the day, your sexomnia at night is going to increase when you have
Stressed
more
out
sex.
because of
during
my
the day.
wife, and I have sex with my wife in my sleep to get less stressed out.
I mean, it may not be a terrible loop. It might be okay.
Brace, where's the stress?
Like in my body?
No, in your life. You have a hit podcast.
You know, they
you're
asked you
chilling.
that at the thing. Where do you feel that?
Where's the stress?
I just feel I'm Jewish. You know, it's just it's like we're
It's
like
in the DNA.
Yeah, you're just it's like there's something wrong with you. You know,
I
nothing.
understand.
I'm fine.
Okay,
I
take
just,
it easy.
You know,
Okay.
but it's and then I get stressed out because of the sleep. The sleepwalking thing was I was taping my cupboard shut.
Yeah.
I was doing I put like I would put pieces of tape. I don't have a kitchen door. I would just put pieces of tape with "Don't do it" taped on a sign that I would just push down and go eat peanut butter with my hands.
I love it's all nuts. It's pecans, it's peanut butters, cashew.
Yeah.
This is because I stopped buying food that I didn't have to cook because I was eating it in the middle of the night. But yeah, and I would wake up with disgusting tastes in my mouth. I could have been sucking my own dick, which I've heard Robert De Niro can do.
Escalated quickly.
What were you gonna say, Margaret?
Oh no, I've seen that before. It's somebody's got to be very limber to do that. It's
You've
very
seen-
hard. You need to warm up to do.
Have you seen in real life someone suck their own dick?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I have two.
Yeah.
You guys, have you? Have you? No, definitely
but
not you.
I think I've heard Ray Brown talk about that though.
Wait, what happened?
There was a guy, he laid on the ground and threw his legs behind his head and hung his dick in his own mouth.
Where was this?
At my house. Also, it happened again at the Mondrian Hotel.
Nice.
It happened 2 times.
Was this a Green Fairy party?
No,
happening?
not a Green Fairy party. But Green Fairy is when I used to have people over at my house, and the house cocktail was hot green tea with a tincture of THC butter and topped off with absinthe. And people would drink it and be ready for surgery 15 minutes later. And it was so crazy. Like I could steal so many kidneys if I had the thought to. But I never did. But no, that wasn't part of a Green Fairy
What was
party.
the sucking his own dick circumstance?
He just liked to do it. He had a really big dick, and he liked to do it. And I had a joke about it in my act because I was like, "What do you want me to spot you? Like, what am I?" But I had a lot of jokes about it in my comedy, like he's a Mexican guy, hot Mexican guy, you know. So he did that. So these people, they come here and they take our jobs. And so dumb, but I did a lot of jokes about it in my comedy, but it was actually a real consequence. I mean, some people, they like to suck their own. It's just,
Who wouldn't?
I saw it. It was there was a club, when I was a teenager, there was a club in Los Angeles called Club Fuck. And I saw somebody suck their own dick, in the little, back
How
room
did he
with
do it, though? Was he lying down?
No, it was similar. He was back that way.
It's like the plow, the yoga position, the plow, and then you hang it into your mouth.
There may have been weights involved, too.
Yeah.
I feel like on the penis?
Like he had piercings, and I think there were weights hanging things down. It
that's
was
like
a lot.
steroid. That's like he's juicing.
I was 15.
Yeah, because I hear De Niro can still do it.
Where do you get this from?
Word on
I'm
the
not gonna
street.
say.
What's your source?
Joe saw De Niro suck his own dick.
Wait, who saw Robert?
I'm not gonna say who saw him, but he could suck his own dick.
It's fantastic. And
at 80.
And swallowed, you mean? Yes. Now, I want to move on. We're all drug addicts up here, but Dr. Nzinga Harrison is not a drug addict. However, it was confessed to us today in the apartment that Dr. Nzinga Harrison is a horrible workaholic.
Yeah, that's true.
So I wanted for Dr. Harrison to talk about her problem, and maybe some recovering drug addicts could help the good doctor. She said she fucking flew here for her documentary. We did a podcast this morning, which she wept, very emotional, because that's a whole other story, crazy story. And then She said to her husband, I have a meeting. She locked herself in my dad's bedroom, did an hour meeting. Then she kicked the documentarians out, grabbed a slice of pizza, took a power nap, came here. When she heard the thing was over early, she said, great, I can work. That's what she's going to do after this. So how debilitating is your workaholism?
No, it's bad. It's actually bad. Work is my drug.
Have you ever seen anyone suck their own dick?
It's not that bad.
Okay.
I mean, what do you want me to say? It's bad. It's like I have the same addiction cycle. I get triggered. I go on vacation. I have to take my email off my phone or else I will work. It's the first thing on my mind in the morning. At any break, I'm like, ooh, let me work. I love working. I also hate working. I feel like that's what it's like using drugs, right? Like, you love it, you hate it, you say, I'm not gonna do it, I'm not gonna work this weekend, I'm gonna work this weekend. I'm not gonna work at the kids' show, I'm gonna work at the kids' show.
What's the kids' show?
Whatever. My kids are
like
big
volunteer,
now.
whatever.
But whatever, right? And I mean, you know, when the kids at school, they're like, what's your mommy's favorite drink? And the kid writes, wine. And then mom's like embarrassed. My kid's like, what does your mom love to do? It's like, work.
All right, so can anyone relate to Dr.
I get
Harrison?
it. I totally get it. Because work is a pleasure. When you love what you do, it's actually like more addicted to pleasure or the dopamine that we get from accomplishment. So I totally understand.
It's a problem.
Aaron Carr, can you relate?
100%. Yeah.
Can you give the good doctor any advice?
I mean, for me, I know when I'm in a period like that, like I'll start sacrificing sleep because I write. So I'll be on like a writing jag and like I'll start sacrificing sleep. I don't really do it as much anymore. I've gotten really, really good about prioritizing my sleep hygiene, although I'm not that great, but better than I was. And I think it's really like you said, like forcing yourself to get away from like electronic devices because, you know, even on an airplane, like you can work, you know, and it's very, very hard. And especially if you wear a lot of different hats, which I know you do, I do, you know, like writing, advocacy, now some political stuff. I will tend to like jump from thing to thing to thing, looking for that dopamine from like, oh, I did that thing and I accomplished that thing and I checked 7 things off my list. So I get it. But, and it's really, really hard for me to, like on weekends, it's hard for me to like enjoy relaxing because I feel anxious about relaxing because I feel like, ugh, I
you
should
don't
be doing
deserve
something.
it?
No, it's not
It's
that.
like withdrawal.
It's like anxiety that I wasn't productive or
Right.
something. Like I didn't utilize that time. And it's funny because I spent the first, 25 years of my life wanting to die. And then now I'm like, shit, I don't know how much time do I have left? Like I have that thing, like there's so many things that I still want to do and accomplish and care about. And I think that it definitely can become like a drug. But not,
I mean, let's be lightweight about it, right?
But
Brace Belden, any advice for the good doctor?
No, I'm just in the same situation as her, so I'm listening to them. Except she probably does harder work than me.
Definitely.
I think I just neurotic, so that's my problem.
I mean, same.
Yeah. But I have this. I don't think I have any advice for you because I think that I probably.
Okay, thank you for
You
your
do.
help.
I mean, you're a doctor.
And she's very successful, and there's not. What are the consequences of your workaholism?
Oh, I mean, the consequence of my workaholism. One, I have definitely taught it to my kids. Like my sophomore in college is killing
But the upside is
himself
being
right
productive.
now.
It's better to be a workaholic than a slacker.
I thought you were trying to give her advice.
I'm just going with this thing.
He's like, stop complaining. Go do
Stop
some
complaining.
work.
My advice
Like,
is
go do
stop
some
complaining.
work.
Enjoy your life. That's my advice.
Don't you have some work to do?
Yeah. We're gonna run out of time. So let's do the Ask Aaron with. Okay, set it up, Aaron.
All
I'm gonna be
right,
quiet.
so I started this thing because I get a lot of emails and I can't answer them all. I started this thing where I had to answer every question with 3 sentences or less. And I found that you usually can because most of the time people ask you things that they already know the answer to. So I'm going to give you 1 or 2 here, depending on our timing. Okay, so this one came in this week. My boyfriend is married. Hi, Aaron. I just want to know how to move on. I'm a 26-year-old female, and I'm currently pregnant. My 30-year-old boyfriend and I have been together for 3 years. I'm 36 weeks pregnant, and last week, my boyfriend traveled to visit his parents, he said. Long story short, I woke up 3 days after he'd traveled to see my friends and his friends posting pictures of his wedding. He left me at home, 36 weeks pregnant, and married someone else. I've never felt such betrayal and pain in my life. For the sake of my baby, I need to move on, but I just can't stop thinking about it. I can't stop crying. Please, I need help moving on.
Okay, Margaret Cho, advice in
What
3
a
sentences.
terrible person to do that. To be, you know, hopefully that one day she will be so grateful that she got out. To be married to somebody like that, to actually have to be married to somebody that would do that is so, what a disastrous.
No, dude, you have to give advice in 3
Oh,
sentences.
so, he's an asshole. Fuck him. You're gonna be fine.
Nice. There you go. Dr. Harrison?
Get a therapist so that you can have a healthy course of grief. She deserves to grieve him, but she needs to grieve him so she can move on. Y'all are nice. Y'all are so nice.
My advice might be a little bit different. Whatever trauma she is feeling, all the pain that he is giving her, just remember, you can just pass that on. You can just get it out of you and put it on to the child you raise. And it's out. You've ended the cycle. It's done. You've exited the cycle. It's the baby's, because maybe your baby's gonna grow up to be an asshole. Maybe the baby's got the dad's genes, and so you just push it off. But yeah, what they said.
That was more than 3 sentences, Brace Belden.
It was a long run-on.
I don't have any fucking advice. Give yourself a break. Fucking find a guy who can suck his own dick, and have Entenmann's golden fudge cake. Thank you. All right, thank you everyone in the panel. This is very exciting. We have, at DopeyCon, we do 3 hours. At Joe's Pub, we do 90 minutes, and we're getting close. So now we have to have the finale of the Stashword, fucking Brace Belden versus Margaret Cho. Let's go. Let's hear it for the finalists. Let's hear it for the panelists. Let's hear it for Dr. Harrison's pants. Jeans in the middle, tracksuit on the side. There you go. You guys ready? Who's gonna go first?
I'll go first.
I'll go first.
Okay, go first.
Do you want to go
Ladies first,
Fair.
Brace
You
Belden.
wanna
It's
go-
Margaret Cho.
I'll go first.
Who wants to pair up with Margaret Cho?
Right there.
Come on down. Here we go. Do you think you can come any slower to the front? Welcome. Yay, what's your name? Oh, hello.
I'm better friends with your dad. That's what.
Hi.
That's Bridget. Let's hear it from
Hi,
Bridget. So who's going to give and who's going to guess?
I love to give.
All right, so she'll guess.
You want to guess?
I guess.
Yeah.
Are you worried?
Yeah. Can we just leave it to the A's?
Bridget has a spot at the illustrious lake house where my dad's mansion is, so let's hear it for Bridget.
Except my lake house is on wheels. All right.
Take the mic.
You just keep doing that to people with blindfolds on. It's not funny.
Okay. Oh, he sang at the beginning.
Oh, crap.
He sings all the Dopey songs. He's
I'm
the
not gonna
best.
get that
Okay,
one.
pass.
Sorry.
You have 1 minute.
When you smoke cocaine, but it's not crack,
Freebase?
okay, it's a smoking device to smoke marijuana that you put water in, but it's not just
A bong.
Yeah, part of it. But what? Okay, okay, move on. You put it on your eye. It's a film that you use to. They put it. It's like to get off of opiates.
30 seconds.
To get off of opiates.
Starts with an S.
It's yes.
Yeah.
Pass.
But I forget.
You hear this at the end of meetings where they want you to return. So they say
Stay.
that they return.
No?
15 seconds.
Pass. Okay, harm reduction, where you're going to get a place and they're going to give you something pointy.
5 seconds.
And they take it back to get so you don't get.
Time's up.
Sorry.
AIDS.
My name is Bridget, and I'm an alcoholic, not a drug addict. Sorry.
Thank you, Bridget.
Thank you. You've heavily weighted it towards the drug addicts when we could have more alcohol questions than that.
Okay, next year
Yeah.
we'll have alcohol questions,
Thank
and
you.
I'll change the name of the show to Boozy.
Good job.
All right. Who is going to go with Brace
Can
Belden?
we do a repeat? This guy.
No way, he's good.
He's incredible.
It's going to be hard to not win. So, who is going to go with Brace Belden?
You already went too.
She
You
already
can't
went.
do it again?
Does nobody want to go? Can I do it? Why don't you guys do it together?
And I'll guess.
Yeah, you're going to guess. How many fucking things did you get, man?
Aaron bought 12. It's like 12 for $8 or something. All right. So I guess there is no competition anymore. Now it's just friendly fun.
Yeah.
Let's hear it for friendly fun before we start.
Woo!
All right. Go.
You have 1 minute.
Fancy new chocolate bar that they're selling in a lot of places. The Nut Factory has it.
It's filled with pistachio butter.
What? It's a bullshit question. Next. The person that you have to tell all your shit to in AA.
Sponsor.
Next. This is the new drug that they do that they invented after I stopped doing drugs.
Xylazine?
No, it's pink. It's pink. It's pink.
Fentanyl?
No.
Oh, 2CB.
Yes. No, but
Pink-
close.
She can get it. They said
Pink
Okay,
cocaine.
right, next.
Pink
Next.
cocaine. 2CB. Pink
2C.
cocaine.
This is the kind of
30
heroin they
seconds.
have on the West Coast.
What?
The kind of heroin they have on the West Coast.
Oh, brown tar.
Yeah.
I'll give
It
it to
counts.
you.
It's brown.
It's fine. It's good enough.
This is
It's
somebody
fine.
who is
cares?
sober but not in AA.
Oh, rational recovery?
I don't know. I don't really know how to describe this.
15
Like,
seconds.
Dry.
Yes, yes. This is shit that they take. I don't really know what this does. People take it.
You go on
5
retreat.
seconds.
There's a shaman for some reason, and you take
Ayahuasca.
It. Yes.
Time's up.
All right. Listen, the game was totally ruined, but let's hear it for everybody who played the game. It was a fucking good attempt. Let's hear it for Brace and Margaret.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. I love you. The Dubai chocolate bar, you've never tried it? It's excellent. I'll get you one before you leave town. Really excellent chocolate bar. All right, I think we've came to the end. We've come to the end of the Dopey Love Show. But where's Doug? Where's Heart Attack Doug? Heart Attack Doug. He's sitting with the merch. He's so paranoid that someone get Doug. He's out there. I don't know. Oh, he's here. He's here. Did you sit with the merch or was that just bullshit? I think it was bullshit. All right, we got to get the guitars. Fuck, hold on. I'll be right back. I'll get the guitars. I want everyone to give a big round of applause for my brother-in-law, Louis Butelli. He does every stage manager event. He does DopeyCon. He does this. Why are you giving the thumbs down? Talk to the audience. We're going to get the guitars.
Hi, everybody. Dave is such an important part of our family's lives. It's been amazing to be on this journey with him, starting from where we began with the birth of my beautiful niece Nora to where we are today with my beautiful niece Susan. My sister is here. You're all incredibly beautiful people. Thank you for the community that you've made. Thank you. Let's hear for Dopey Nation. And that's my time. But he's not back yet. Any questions from the audience? Oh, there we go.
Is there sound on anything? This is a horrible idea. The mics aren't set. We'll just sing. Did anyone know the words to this song? This is the theme song of the show. It's called Good So Bad. Where's my friend Justin? Justin, are you here? Justin co-wrote Good So Bad in 1998. Let's hear it for my friend Justin. No mic. It's just do it without mic.
Without mic? What are you doing?
1, 2, wait.
2, 3, 4.
You're not in tune.
I'm not in tune.
We're not in tune together.
You're a half step down. That's why I think.
I'm not a half step down. We're not tuned.
Give me your rate.
Let me just play the song and end the stupid fucking show. It's 8:26. You hear it. This is my bad.
Play this. Give me your rate.
All right, we're gonna tune for a second.
Give me your rate. Next one. Next one.
Has anyone ever heard Doug on the show?
Thank you!
Doug has every disc in his neck herniated. Are you medicated or not?
I rode my bike 27 miles today.
Are you trying to?
I don't use these things as excuses. Let's go. Give me the G.
Which is the G?
That's the G. B.
Did you really sit out with the merch, or was that bullshit to make me
I was
feel
out
guilty?
with the merch.
I think
It's a
it was
rough crowd out there.
I think it was bullshit to make me feel
Give me
guilty.
the B. Give me the E. Closer than you thought.
It sounded really bad. Let's hold on. Dominic Baldini has been to every fucking DopeyCon. Hear it for Dominic.
Dominic!
And his lovely wife, Cheryl.
David had the better guitar, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, guys.